we are halfway through the season, so I'm going to update where I'm at for my top 10 rookies and other roles at this moment. The rookie class was already on life support at the beginning of the season, so right now it is completely in a coma. Starting with number 10, I'm going with Liar, and that kind of tells you the current state of affairs. At the end of the last season, I had Chorong at number 10, and Liar maybe not as good as Chorong. I don't know. Liar is definitely playing Lucio for the LA Valiant. That's what he's doing. Is he standing out in any way? Not at all, except for like one clip on Nepal Village. That clip was the result of 22 years of anger and aggression released all at once for one singular nice clip. Other than that, he's just kind of there. He's doing less than Super Genji in the World Cup. He's an IRL Lucio Aura 3-2-1 speed and cry. Like, that's it. And you know what? That's good enough for number 10. Number 9 is Donghan, and for him and Spectra or any other players being signed in the future, I am counting their play in the East knockouts because it's just impossible to ignore. I don't have particularly high hopes for him, but he played pretty decently in 5 games through the crazy Dreamers lower bracket run. His Lucio was for sure his best hero, and it was a reasonably impactful part of their rush comp, and that his Brig was good enough to get by, so that's good enough for me. It'll be interesting to see how he does compared to FD God in Washington, and maybe the additional fluency will prove valuable. Number 8 is Hisang, the preseason Rookie of the Year favorite. Doesn't even crack top 5. His Sombra has been uncoordinated, and he's inted his translocator or fallen off the map more than anyone else this season. He has trauma-inducing cooldown usage on Mei and has no clue how to position or really play that character in any capacity. Any other hero he's been thrown on during this shock roll carousel has been sad as well. The Hisang hit scan simply does not cook. He's basically only this high because he has had a positive impact on Tracer, even though it's nowhere near initial expectations, and because his Hanzo has actually been good. His troll to decent gameplay ratio is like 60-40 across the whole season if we're being generous, but he did pick it up in the knockouts a bit, so it isn't completely Jover yet. Coming in at number 7, we have CJ. He's one of the few flex supports barely playing Ana and instead playing mostly BAP and Kiri, but it is working for him individually. While he's had his fair share of troll windows for sure, he's also had some really smart clutch windows and has found a way to take an amount of pressure off of Seeker to do literally everything. His Kiriko has been as good as it can possibly be when you consider that he can only play it in solo flex support comps, and he has Nos as his goon squad partner. Finding value in this unfavorable situation means there could be more there if Valiant ever play more than Ramatra or Diva comps. CJ's been a fun player to watch so far this season, and if LA ever get a win, he's gonna play a role in it for sure. Coming in at number 6, we have Junbin, and I mean, look at that Orisa gameplay. Trust me, I know Orisa gameplay, and that was something really special. That's the best Orisa gameplay in Overwatch 2 history. There's no contest. I respect Junbin for playing decently considering what he's working with. The man has 2 body bags for a backline. It's difficult to get much done when all damage you take is permanent. Individually, mechanically, he looks okay, but he needs to step up and lead his team because there is no passion, there is no vision, there is no aggression, and there is no game plan on this Overwatch team. A lot of things need to change for Shock to be a good team again, and even though Junbin is less of a problem than any other player that's not proper, he needs to be better. Coming in out of nowhere, Knife is pushing everyone previously mentioned back a spot. This kid is crazy for no reason. He came out of left field off a dog shit team, but on O2 Blast, he outplayed the highly hyped top dragon for the Tracer position and has not looked back. He's explosive, and when he is on, there is no losing. The downside though, when he isn't on, he gets turbo gapped and doesn't provide much value at all. He started off strong, but as the knockouts continued, he fizzled out. He got put in a pack by Viper, he didn't do anything in his one map against Dallas, and now he's going over to Vegas. His peaks were higher than any other player on this list, but I fear his lows were equivalent to going to the UK. Number 5 is Spectra, and he is the chosen one that will save the Toronto Defiant and help them complete their destiny by getting them to mid. I said Donghun was a relevant reason Dreamers went on a run, but Spectra is like the reason they went on a run. He was out here going band for band with the GOAT Choi Se-won on both Echo and Tracer. This man has been hyped up for years, and it is very easy to see why. He brought good Mei gameplay to APAC for the first time this season, and now he's bringing good Tracer play to Toronto. God bless. He might not 1v9 every team, but he's flexible and he'll find consistent, smart value with a healthy dose of pop-off plays as well. Even with his late introduction to the season, he has potential to be the rookie of the year. Before I move on to the top 4, I want to let you guys know that I rated all of the rookies live on stream, and I'll be doing the same with all the other roles as well. So if you're interested in more back and forth reasoning for these placements, you might want to check that out. Anyway, number 4 is going to be Donghak, and hear me out, do not shoot, calm down. Yes, he was an integral part of the Atlanta Reigns mid-season madness victory. Yes, he diffed Fearless in the grand finals. Yes, he is a statistical savant. And yes, what he's done so far has been very impressive, especially for a relatively unhyped rookie. He is the best employed tank player in this league right now. Bro clocks into his 9 to 5, does the work that Lip assigns almost perfectly, then clocks out. There were some troubles, but right now he is keeping up with all the superstar players around him. So why then do I not have him at number 1? He is not driving play for the team. He is effectively using the resources of the best backline and DPS line in the league, but I fear that he is not adding to their potency. Donghak is perfectly set up in a position to succeed, and he is thriving, but on an individual level, I rank 3 other rookies higher right now because they are doing more for themselves. The real reason he isn't in the top 3 though, ask him where he was on June 22nd, 2019. Just think about it. Coming in at number 3, we have Bliss, and I know he's a main support on a bad team, so he will never get the respect he deserves. But Bliss has been playing extremely well this whole season. Bro is always looking to make the right plays, and he's forcing MCD to look almost half decent, which is a massive accomplishment. And he's been a difference maker without compromising his survivability. It's tough to see because he's a main support in APAC and we don't have a public replay viewer, but if you pay close attention to how Bliss tries to set up these fights or make plays, you can easily see the impact he has on the course of a fight. Whether it's looking for an Ajax, marking Tracers or Sombras, booping players into Blizzard, he is actively causing problems for the opposition. Number 2.
You gonna die.
You might be surprised that I don't have him for the rookie of the year. The core reason for this? His Sombra has been lackluster and his Mei has been problematic. Consider that Lenny's Tracer has a 74% win rate this season, while his Sombra has a 33% win rate. Now this stat could easily be more of a team issue than a Lenny issue, but still, that is a massive discrepancy. I mean, his EMPs look fine, but he is getting worked in the neutral, and it's not up to par for a team that needs their DPS to steal them wins. His Tracer and Genji, however, have lived up to what was prophesized all those years ago. He plays an honest Tracer with the potential to just kill 5 when it's Lenny time, and ladies and gentlemen, it is always Lenny time. When Sugar Free and the Convict are popping off on their best heroes, that's when Vancouver is at their best. Number 1 is Viper, and it's actually criminal that a player with no team experience except for Genji in Jotes is playing on this team with no tank or main support in this lobby. He is putting up numbers that rival great Tracers like Choi Se-won, Prophet, Zest, or whoever the fuck else. There are countless maps made winnable just because Viper is deadlifting. But alas, Fleta does not have complete motor function over his body. Yeah, he's one-tricking Tracer and he does die a lot, but he has to do so much to make a game competitive against even contenders teams. Donghak clocks out at 5 p.m. and there's nothing wrong with that. You don't want to be a victim of wage theft, but Viper is working 70 hours a week to keep his company afloat. He is doing everyone's taxes, managing the budget, human resources, even the fucking custodial duties. Somebody please help him. This is a call to action. We need someone to break Fleta's arm. Send a silly little package to him in the mail. Something's got to change by July 14th, 2023. So yes, Viper is my rookie of the year vote, even though Donghak is by far the favorite. But I want to know what you think, so let me know in the comments down below who you have as your rookie of the year. Have yourself a good one. Deuces.